Good morning, my dear professors and my classmates. Today I am going to have the presentation of the first semester of my PhD. It is about the preliminary research about the profile of community viewers in Twitch. My name is Mengfan Zou, and I have two directors, Dr. Miguel Ángel Cecilia Ulvan and Dr. Marcel Mola Gandayobs. I am of the program of Doctorate in Communication, Information and Technology in the Society of NET. Aiming to systematically explain the convergent selectivity of the viewers and the interaction between streamers and viewers, I have done a raw and preliminary research about the profile of community viewers with regards to their participations. And in total, there are 4 parts in my presentation. First, it is the brief introduction of Twitch. Second, I want to introduce and explain the reasons why I have chosen 5 games to be observed. Third, it is about the analysis of the viewer's involvement and motivations. Finally, I am going to make a brief research about transcriptions in community. Okay, let's go to the first part. As we know, Twitch is a video live streaming platform. Preliminary focuses on video game live streaming. Launched in 2011, Twitch has been considered the first-ranked social video platform in the world, holding over 27,000 partner channels. Average concurrent viewers were up to 1.4 million in Q1 2020. It has been one of the most prolific and popular platforms to watch video. Since it was established, any user could use Twitch to share his content in the form of live broadcasting, which is used to be called streaming in the ecosystem of Twitch. Twitch also introduced the form UGC, well known as user-generated content, and disseminated social video through itself. The most popular and prevalent content is video game live streaming. Twitch owns categories including board game, talk shows, IRL, known as in real life streams, and others. These data were from the Twitch Interactive Report. Let's go to the second part of games to be observed. As stated, Hamilton, Garrison, Kerner, in their thesis, Proceedings of the Siege Conference on Human Factors in Computer Systems, in the year 2014, the streamer must modify the communication with the game input requirements. In addition, it is said that viewers behave differently in medium and large chat channels. Therefore, data collection must consider both aspects to arrive at a sample balance. In order to explain the implementation of this consideration, first of all, I would like to build up an overall perspective of the most wanted live streamings on Twitch. Since the year 2012, Twitch releases monthly or bi-monthly lists of the 20 most watched games. The selection official just sustained till the year 2015. The popularity was defined by total minutes watched. Therefore, The data official exactly provided me an evaluation criterion official to select the most wanted games of the year 2020. Out of these individual lists, a list of the most wanted 18 games on Twitch in the year 2020 was generated. I have chosen 18 games and tracked their watch time, stream time, peak viewers, peak channels and streamers, average viewers, average channels, average view ratio, follower gained and views gained. This list shows that many games are very popular in a short period of time, and only a few games can be played and played continuously. From this small subset, 5 games were chosen. Accounting for that, currently I am at the primary period of the research. Probably games to be analyzed may fluctuate afterwards. It will be more feasible selecting 5 samples, tracking their data simultaneously, and finally, I will choose 3 games to accomplish the analysis. Here are the games that I have chosen. There are 5 games, and I will introduce them individually afterwards. Affected by the epidemic coronavirus, games to be observed that meet the criterion for selecting simultaneously have quietly changed their ranking positions. From January of 2020, these 5 games have been popular in Twitch, and each one is the most popular of its genre. Citing from the thesis called Is It In-Game? Reconsidering Play Spaces, Game Definitions, Theming and Sports Video Games, Games and Culture of Crawford. Because of their cultural significance, top-watched games have become the subject of important previous research. Choosing games that have been popular for a long time can ensure that they are typical games in the live broadcast. And the diversity of game titles with different rules, goals, and game rhythms can ensure the representativeness of the research project. Just Chatting. In December of 2019, the Just Chatting channel on Twitch was the top category on the streaming platform for the first time ever. Since then, Just Chatting has been expanding in an unprecedented speed. Of all of the Twitch's non-gaming categories, Just Chatting seems to have the most clearly defined purpose. It's for chatting. Now it's a juggernaut, Twitch's top category. CEO of Dream Elements, Doran Neal concluded the success. The main appeal of Twitch is the real-time connection. Creators have won their viewers, with Just Chatting's format being idle for more meaningful discussions, while Just Chatting has stars like Maya Higa, who use the category almost full-time. It is important to note it is also often used by gamers for when they want to take a break from gaming to have more direct and distraction-free conversations with their communities. Here are the data of the channel Just Chatting. Being different from video chat, Live streaming of just chatting has a fixed configuration of modes, and the streamer has a significant dominance on the spoken floor. With the viewers competing in the written chat. In 2014, Frobenius concluded in his thesis, Audience Design in Monologues, how vloggers involve their viewers, that studies on video-mediated communication are still rare. All of these studies are focused on conversational types of video-mediated communication, such as GoTalk, Zoom, Google Hangout video chats, or YouTube video blogs. The conversation is the only form of interaction, and the participants are not engaged in another activity. From then on, I have decided to make further study about video-mediated communication, going forth from just chatting, which is a game within that there is a very improvised nature behind a majority of these broadcasters. The second game I've chosen is League of Legends. It started in 2009 with a few 100,000 players, quickly gained target audiences, and reached 11 million players by 2011, which then again takes a huge leap to 65 million players in the year 2014, and a further bigger leap, 100 million players in 2017. After that, it had a slight drop in its player, come to 75 million in the year 2018, but has made a comeback in 2020 with a range of 100 to 120 million players. League of Legends is a MOBA, which is short for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. It is a game genre that developed out of strategy games in 2003, and it shares many of its conventions regarding pacing, goals, and game structure. It's a multiplayer game between two teams of 5 players. Each player controls an avatar, which is called champion, and the match begins with a preparation phase called champion select. On the game type, each mode will require different amounts of time. They are as follows: Summoner's Rift, 30 to 45 minutes. Twisted Tree Line, 20 to 30 minutes. Dominion and Crystal Scar, 15 to 25 minutes. There are 3 types of players: professional players, players who do live streaming, and general players. Within the League of Legends community, Riot Games reports that over 19% of players are male. Following are the data of the viewers and the amount of channel. We can see the average and gauge viewers of the channel LOL. As I have described, there is a light move. Twitch facilitates communication between viewers and the streamers by providing a public chat room for each channel. Viewers can post chat message to communicate with the streamers or with other viewers. Streamers can also post in the chat, but often streamers just share their webcam feed and talk directly in the stream. Importantly, the relationship between viewers and streamers is a potential source of income in Twitch. Streamers can earn revenue by holding game events, having subscribers, and encouraging donations. There, there are different types of interactions of Twitch. There are game feeds, and streamers could use their webcams to get the feedback. Fortnite is an online video game which is available in three distinct game mode versions that otherwise share the same general gameplay and game engine. The three modes are Fortnite, Fortnite Battle Royale, and Fortnite Creative. Having burst onto the scene in 2017, Fortnite has since become a worldwide phenomenon. The Battle Royale online game amassing 350 million players across the globe as May of this year, 2020. The reasons why Fortnite has become such a global hit are clear to see. Not only is the game free, but also it is available on most gaming platforms. On top of this, the Battle Royale style, in which up to 100 players fight it at one time, means that replayability of the game is infinity. Each game is unique, and the cartoon style of the game, unsurprisingly, lends itself more to the younger audience. With almost two-thirds of the Fortnite players aged between 18 and 25. It also seems that it is not just the casual games that are attracted to this game, as over 20% of Fortnite fans admitted to devoting over 16 hours to the game per week. In addition, Fortnite provides monetized service. Direct in-game purchases feature clearly identified items, whereas loot boxes deliver random outcomes, which have become compared to gambling experiences. Grand Theft Auto. The game is played from either a third-person or first-person perspective, and its world is navigated on foot or by car. Players control the three lead protagonists throughout single player and switch among them, but during outside missions. There are sharp changes during January of 17 to September of 20. And we can also see that it arrived in this year. World of Warcraft. The last selected game is World of Warcraft. It was initially released in the year 2004 and it is the most popular title of the massively multiplayer online role-playing game, MMORPG game. Despite a recent decline in player members, it still reports an active player base of 5.6 million players. I will focus on the game mode, Arena, because it is very popular and many streamers exclusively broadcast on Twitch. Okay, let's go to the third part, viewers' involvement and motivations. During the selection of games to be observed, viewership would not be given a cold shoulder. As I plan to research on the profile of the community viewers with regards to their participations, viewers' involvement and motivations in the community will aid me by outlining the figures of viewers. The following expound is a discussion on the theoretical perspectives that were used in the analysis of the commands and of their motivations. I refer to previous research results, and I added my own perceptions as well. The emotional connection drives the viewership on Twitch. No matter how insignificant, viewers like to watch people with whom they are emotionally attached. I cited the insight of Brown in her thesis, the year 2015. And she also expressed that a persona is a TV character to which the audience can attach. The attachment can be expressed in 4 different ways: transportation, parasocial relationship, parasocial attachment, and worship. Transport occurs when the viewer is engaged in the narrative created by the persona and finds himself emotionally involved in the story. The viewer may recognize or associate with the characters on the screen and feel that they share core values. In the form, the character is the motivation, and the audience stays in touch with the character emotionally and treats them as friends. These connections can be embodied in the parasocial interaction with a persona, or in the imaginary interaction between the viewer and the persona. The next level is the parasocial relationship, in which the viewer established a false scene of intimacy with the persona by watching the behavior of the character. This one-way fictitious relationship can eventually develop into a kind of attachment. Studies have shown that supersocial attachment can affect the growth of adolescents and even evolve into fictitious and perceptual romantic relationships. Identify is a kind of empathy. The role player guides the viewer to adopt the role player's interests and opinions. The personal perspective has been used to explain why audiences look for specific media characters. The viewers look for personalities who can reflect or adopt their own opinions. Parasocial interaction has been used in video game research. Researchers have found that the association and connection between player and player avatars in massively multiplying online games does affect the player's ability to stop doubting and self-determination, making the avatar regarded as his own social agent. Let's go to the part of user participation. The research of the online users' participation said that the participation is exploratory and focuses on the development of its field. However, work is already being done to study the characteristics of users and ways to enhance participation. The lurker is one of the prototype members of the online community. As we know, in internet culture, lurkers are usually members of online communities who observe but do not participate. These members appear in message boards and online communities, but do not post. Although it may seem meaningless, this behavior may help online communities. The number of members of the community may be very large, tens of thousands. If information is shared at this rate, it may cause information overload. Since the community needs comments and participation to survive, it must strike a balance between posters and lurkers. But not every member needs to avoid oversaturation. It is an opinion of writings Geffen and Eris. When the lurker is observed, the poster made a contribution. This person added meaningful content to the community through discussion threads and posts. For these two ways, the reasons for visiting online communities are different. In addition to seek social support, posters also tend to share and collect information. However, the lurker is still eager to seek knowledge, but does not enjoy the same level of trust as the sender. Found that kindness to the community is an important factor in the behavior of lurkers and posters. The poster is full of trust in the community and believes that the people in the community have good intentions. But the lurker lacks that level of trust, and only has enough ability to visit the community, but not enough to make a contribution. From the thesis of King, Botter, and Borg, the characteristics of online communities can also promote and encourage user participation. Clearly defined purposes, clearly defined differences roles of members, the leadership of moderators and community members, and the combination of online and offline meetings can all encourage people to participate in online communities. Leadership is an important component necessary to increase participation and encourage members to actively participate. Active members should create content that helps support the community. As far as Twitch is concerned, the streamers themselves can be seen as playing a leadership role and giving nutrition to audiences groups. In this way, they can help support an active user community and get them to comment, contribute, and create emotional support throughout the stream. One thread that binds the false dichotomy of audiences and users is emotional support. The purpose of this research is to understand the motivations that motivate viewers to converge on online chats shared by potentially thousands of viewers. In this research, the direction I took is that due to this perceptible relationship with streamer, the streamers establish an emotional bond with the audience who is watching and wishing to interact. At the same time, they also establish a connection with and through the community, get emotional support. Streaming media on Twitch.tv usually perform deliberate actions, which is to identify individuals in chat throughout the stream. They directly comment on the audience and speak to the audience. Potential long-term beliefs of reciprocity with personality can develop and maintain super-social relationships. The relationship is similar to the behavior of stream subscribers. Next, we will go to the part of online community of Twitch. Having analyzed viewers' motivation and participation based on their psychological feature and actions, I intend to find out features of community in Twitch, a new form of online entertainment. Nascimento created a model using transition graphs to characterize how streamers and spectators behave based on their actions in Twitch. As he proposed, the streamer may perform through three actions in Twitch. The first one is starting a stream. The second action is prepare to end a stream. And the third one is end a stream. While preparing to end the stream, the streamer signals that he or she will end the stream. In those moments, the streamer bids farewell to the spectators and makes acknowledgments. They observed that there is usually having a significant number of spectators leave the channel when the streamer prepares to end the stream. The majority of the streams are generated by single persons, but streams or even championships are often streamers. An important observation is that in Twitch, each streamer has a channel where spectators may join regardless of the streaming being active or not. The spectator is the user who watches streams and may perform 4 actions in Twitch: join a channel, leave a channel, send messages in the chat of the channel, or switch from one channel to another. The last action may be seen as a joint action that consists of leaving the channel of a streamer X and joining the channel of a different streamer Y. Here is the model. In the model, A streamer alpha is one of the three possible states: streaming on, disconnecting OD, that is, preparing to end the stream, and not streaming off. We may then define the actions that alpha may perform as transition between states. As the second graph, for modeling spectator S, we should take into account that he or she may have joined multiple channels. So there is a transition graph S alpha for each pair streamer and spectator. S alpha has two states: connected or disconnected, depending on whether or not S has joined the channel. Next, we present actions of S and respective transitions. Using these three models, we may record the dynamics of Twitch.tv as a sequence of actions, where each action is a tuple, GSADT, where G is a transition graph associated with either streamer or pair streamer spectator. S is the source state, A is an action, D is the destination state, and T is a timestamp. These three models inspire me of recording the consequence of actions precisely with bilateral states. It can describe the overall perspective which viewers would jump repeatedly over various channels. The states of the streams could be found in REST API, and I would track the streamers and viewers in the following 6 months. Finally, we go to the last part, transcription in the community. I have selected two categories of transcription. Just chatting can be defined as have fun interaction. In the video streams, viewers often encounter completely unrelated problems, and sometimes share details of their lives. Viewers often use pronouns such as you to directly refer to the streamer without using the @ symbol to direct their comments. It is totally different from other forums or ways of interaction online. The messages between viewers are specifically aimed at other viewers, and mailing consists of questions and responses. Although the original poster is not clearly identified, other commands posted will quote or respond to recent comments. Due to high number of viewers per stream, some of these reference notes and responses will be delayed. But tracking references between nodes is an easier task when viewing chat history. Just chatting offers parasocial experience. In these streams of just chatting, there is less discussion of game and gameplay mechanicals than the offhand jokes and trivial discussions. Sometimes streamers will discuss the rock, paper, scissors style of Pokemon typing, movies, or general arts and similar with other games in the Ash game genre. However, more interest is in comparing his experience of life about games or their lives. In this video game, some conversations focused on changes, but after a viewer, who appeared to be a friend of the stream, gave gifts for the streamer, the speed of the discussion was soon exceeded. The gift-given episode robbed the streaming media and forced a streaming media link to write the name of each new subscription. It's like the ornaments of Christmas for fundraising actives. The other games selected are included in esports. Disinformation flows tend to be radical and full of trash talk. Most reviews will advertise a specific competitor or the entire team. It is also worth noting that the longest chat participate button occurs in the competitive stream. When using languages other than English or using strings of the same phrase or emoji, the audience is prohibited. Most of these prohibitions lasted 1 to 10 seconds, but some prohibitions lasted 600 seconds as a punishment. The final competition is also the fiercest. This is the source of Grand Theft Auto 5 GTA 5 game. Interestingly, this is a channel for players to actively accept and discuss match battles. This apparent gambling may encourage the enthusiasm of the game. Some viewers mockingly demanded that only advanced players can participate in the chat, while other viewers attacked players and team because of their unskilledness. Most game-related comments and statements are welcomed. They are about the frustration or cheers about poor performance. When there are exciting things in the game, spectators often argue about the skill and strategies of the players. Others in the chat saw other streams of the same game and started posting the final score. It seems to be caused by the release of scores, and others have released virtual scores. Just like having fun interaction, viewers in competing video streams will focus on game content for a long time in the video stream. This kind of attention usually occurs when the game heats up or a major event occurs. For example, dissatisfaction with favorites or impressive actions. These are all the references that I have ever referred to during my research. They majorly focused on the ecosystem of Twitch and the interaction between streamer and viewers. And now these are all my works in the primary semester of my PhD. I would like to acknowledge to my directors, Dr. Miguel Ángel Cecilia Ulvan and Dr. Marcel Mola Gandayobs. I could never improve myself step by step without their guidance and patience. I also know that this presentation is far from perfect. I am eager to receiving the precious opinion and criticism from my professors and all of my schoolmates. Thank you for listening and also thank you very much for your precious time.